Hi, I'm Mark, producer at Driven Aftermarket Car Show, and this is our very first podcast. I'll give an update on Driven's 2020 tour dates, and we'll discuss car show judging. I'm joined by Nathan, a Driven accounts manager and amateur drifter, and a true OG in the scene, Jeff. Welcome to Coast Car Talk. Pretty busy week for myself. This time of year, the focus has always been signing or re-signing sponsors and doing some strategic stuff like booking of venues. But we'll be releasing the info soon on December 31st. If there's any questions, people are welcome to submit it. The only reason why we're not telling people about the dates is because we still don't have signed paperwork. So getting that
just dumping them all on 31st? Or?
I think so. We did that last year. And because people travel to the shows, they can plan their travel, especially when you have events in places like...
No, I just didn't know if you'd drag it out over a week, release a city a day.
It's more fun just to hit them all in one go,
Yeah, it was cool. Social media it's an interesting thing, and I'm going to read into that as you drag it out and give teasers and social media, right?
But let's be honest here. Probably most of them are the same shows. It's not like we're going to be like, oh, we're going to St. Albert now.
No, but...
it's going to be relatively the same areas.
No, I'm just looking at just like I said, just drawing it out for fake internet points.
Right.
Fake internet points.
Right. Yeah, and I just to on that note, I just find too many people do that now. I'm more about just getting to the point.
Yeah, I'm sure people appreciate that.
Yeah, and I mean, we'll do teasers if we feel we're 99% locked into something really special and we can't contain it, and it might impact somebody's plans. But beyond that, I think telling everybody on the 31st is going to be... I don't know what we're going to do. Last year, Avery, our design guy, came up with this really cool idea of doing a word search.
Yeah.
And that went over really well. But, we've done some really cool videos in the past. Not too sure what we'll do. But the key thing is signing these contracts, getting that done. If we don't get everything signed by then, and sometimes that does happen, we will announce it as soon as we get that info. But we're not holding on to any info just to hold on to info. It's not to build anticipation, really. It's by December 31st, we should have everything locked down. Mike did his blog.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And for those who don't know, we've been working with Mike now, a few years, right? He's a extremely talented individual. I think that's the best way to summarize it, right?
Yeah, I think that's a gross understatement.
Yeah, he's just extremely talented, and convincing him to take on a very senior role with us in our continuous improvement processes with our judging is I think a very big win for Driven. Further to that, he's I wouldn't call it heavily opinionated, but he's so knowledgeable that almost what he talks about is almost fact, right?
Well, he doesn't get caught up in subjective stuff. When he's talking, he won't be like, well, I don't like that. He may not like it, but if it's done properly, he'll acknowledge it, right? And he's very good at divorcing his personal opinions from that stuff.
He's also done a very wide variety of things.
Yes.
I don't know him the best. He's a pretty good friend with the rest of us at Driven, but from what I've heard from bits and pieces, he has done pretty much every style of build you can possibly think of.
Yeah, his tastes are varied for sure.
He goes left field choppers all the way to the Hako now.
The Corona.
Oh, the Corona now,
yeah,
sorry.
He's got a new project. Yep. So the article, I've asked him to write them, start doing these blogs. I think getting some insight into the thought process of our judges, especially the ones in the senior role, helps our competitors understand what some of the judges are looking for when it comes to the competition. And I think that's been, so far, I think 24,000 views on his first blog post. And it's not without some controversy, right?
What controversy?
Well, I think the key thing is, we know people want to come out and they want to win because it is internet points.
Yeah.
This is why they do it, right?
Then they're doing it for the wrong reason, right off the hop.
But that's what people come to the show for. They
Okay,
come.
wait. Let's backtrack and just explain what his blog was.
Yeah.
For people who don't know, just explain what it was.
Well, my summary of it, and you guys can debate it, is people have spent a lot of effort developing their cars. It's beautiful in their eyes, and they walk into these shows with this expectation that, they're going to take the top prize every time, and that doesn't always happen. And I think for those, to be real specific about this blog post, and you can read it, it's on our website. The links will be in the description, guys. But we've had people come out, win awards, and still be unhappy because they felt like they should have gotten more.
Yep.
Right? And I think that's the crux of it. Not that you shouldn't expect to win an award if your car is amazing. I think it's that winning isn't enough these days.
It's the finesse of it. It's the yeah.
But is that the norm, or is that the exception? You know what I mean? Like, if you say hand out 30 awards at Driven at each show times 7 shows, so 210 awards, how many of those award winners are taking issue with it?
Yeah. And we see it from both sides. I've had conversations where I have people lobbying for a decrease in trophies, give out 4 trophies.
That would be a lot of angry people, man.
But they would be really easy to pick because there's going to be 4 obvious show winners.
Yeah.
Super simple.
Yeah.
Saves our time.
Makes our life a little easier.
Makes it simple, right?
Really.
Or we and then it infinitely, like it's how many times can you split a hair, right? Like in terms of the trophy and classifications.
Yeah, I just my point being, this is, to me, this is just the squeaky wheel. These guys don't represent the majority, and the more attention they get, like writing a blog post about them, to me it's detrimental. I realize what you're trying to do and educate and all that kind of stuff, but this is never going to change. And you're talking about, in my opinion, an insignificant percentage of award winners, and honestly, to me, they're not even worth the time. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I certainly see your side of it. I don't know, like Nathan being the guy that's.
I think it's funny as hell. Not
Yeah.
gonna lie. I think if you have an asshole, like, oh, can I say that?
Yeah, I can.
Oh, okay. I think if you're an asshole that's gonna like put up a fuss about not winning something or like not getting a higher award, because let's be honest, like an award is an award, yeah, but in the situation that it was, I believe there was only one award for whatever class it was. I don't know. Yeah. Okay. Yep. But if you're gonna make a fuss about it and you're gonna be annoying like that, I would put you on blast. I would call you out on that. And yeah, that might enable him to like put some fire. I don't know. People are weird.
I'm a firm believer, and there's no such thing as bad publicity, and I wouldn't even give it to them.
Personal opinion on this, and I know it's not possible, is I would love to just completely take out judging. I hate judging.
Well, that's because you don't do it. You don't even do it either way.
I don't do it. I'm not qualified to begin with. I'm not qualified to judge. But I think to that whole this whole discussion, it breeds this this I don't even want to call it like vanity, like extreme vanity, whatever it is. But
Trophy's a trophy, dog. Just
yeah,
take it,
and we've from the business side of it, it actually is extremely difficult because we often lose exhibitors. And Nathan, you know this, being helping us with accounts.
what?
We lose exhibitors because they didn't win that award.
I thought the exhibitors were very level-headed and like
Not all of them. Nope.
I thought they didn't. I thought they didn't care about the awards, and they were there to meet the people.
Yeah, imagine that, a business coming to a show to do business.
Holy
What a
crap!
novel
I
concept.
thought that was the concept.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh my god! Are you telling me it's not?
Some cases it's not.
Some cases we have shops, and I can see a bit from their side. They spent a lot of effort building this one vehicle for the show, and they were certain that they're going to walk in and it needed to be recognized, and they didn't, or a competitor's vehicle was better. And that's when the radio silence occurs after the shows, and we don't hear from them until next year, and they pull out because they should have won that award because they felt like they deserved it. And it sucks because I can debate it all I want. It's their decision to come to the show or not, but that's a part of the judging process that which I don't have any real control of. My goal is to obviously bring a ton of people to the show and put on a really good show. The judging, if I get involved in it, I think that damages the whole integrity of what judging is, right?
Absolutely.
Can't
You
be.
can't be involved.
Yeah.
Mark sucks at judging too.
I'm not qualified to be judged.
This guy walks around. He's like, "Oh, I like that," and then what's his name again? Mike. Sorry, Mike.
Mike starts
Yeah.
pointing.
Mike starts pointing at stuff. I was like, "Mark, you fucking idiot!" And then Cito was like, "No food for you."
Yeah, but I think judging will always be. I hate bringing in the bias piece of it, but I think we've done everything we could to avoid any significant bias. But
I mean, there's nothing, anytime, any judged event at all across the board, there's always going to be controversy because it's not empirical. It's 100% influenced by personal taste.
yes,
Like that's just human nature, and that's never going to change. So you have to just accept some of that.
Figure skating would like to argue.
They fucking argue like crazy, right? Do they not?
we're gonna get a judge on one of these podcasts. We're actually getting Mike here and getting his feedback on judging. So if people can leave some comments about what they want to hear or what questions they want to ask the judge, if they want to, they experience something painful at Driven, we want to hear about it. And
Do we though?
You want to hear about the pain,
it's
man?
part of the continuous improvement process.
Kaizen.
Kaizen, what's that?
I have no idea what that is.
The art of continuous improvement.
Yeah.
But
I didn't get that.
I'm just going to continue to caution against that. Stop giving people a platform and a voice that don't deserve a platform and a voice. Whiny, sniveling, entitled pricks. Like, we don't even need to acknowledge them, like, why give them that?
Yeah.
Well, because
Why-
they're the people that spend a shit ton of money on
On what?
on
Their entry fee? They're not doing much else than that. They're not
Okay, how
out
do I
there
put
shilling
this?
and working it.
That's true.
Well, I think people should find hopefully some other pleasures in modifying car than just a trophy.
Yeah, guys, you
Yes.
guys should drive your cars. That's a
your
novel
car.
idea.
Enjoy it, build it for yourself. If you happen to get recognition for your work,
Cool beans.
gravy.
And that has been overwhelming. The comment comments I've seen on as a result of this blog post is that people, and this is the best part about Driven, is people come out, they meet people, they have
Yes.
a good time, they learn, and
But-
there's a competition.
To me, those are the people that should get the attention. The people that build the community, build the show, love participating, are positive about it. Do a blog post about them.
Yeah.
Don't do a blog post about the whining. Like, I just think that you're giving these people way too much of a voice, and they shouldn't even deserve it. Like, you were told why. Conversation's over. Move on. Go ahead and register your disgust on the internet, and nobody gives a shit, and everybody's going to forget about it by tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's where I think you guys are making a mistake, and I think you focus on the positive stuff and the positive people, and water off a duck's back with the rest of them. That's my opinion.
Well, let's when Mike's here next for our next blog, we'll get him to respond to that comment.
I agree with you there.
But there's a lot of things I did learn from Mike's blog posts. I think it does give some insight into how the judges think, and the main part is they're approachable. The people do have the opportunity to talk to our judges, and I think we want to continue with that through Kaizen. So,
Summary.
Yeah.
Driven is doing the entire scene a disservice by giving a voice to the petulant little shits that think their car is amazing and deserves every award. So big misstep on Driven's part.
Well,
Summary by Jeff
we want them all.
already?
We want them all.
Summary by Jeff.
No, you want them at your show,
Yeah.
but you don't want them on your blog.
Yeah.
So the next blog post, you could achieve the exact same level of information and education by talking to somebody who loves Driven and coming.
Focus on the positives.
Yes. Talk to, what's his name? Creasley. Is that
James.
guy? Yeah. That dude just
Crazy.
like, I've never heard a complaint from you guys about him.
No.
So
And he does represent the
champ.
vast majority.
So
right?
that's who you highlight, man. Guys like that. And whether you name names or whatever you want to do, everyone knows who you're talking about. I mean, that.
I don't know. He was talking about someone?
Good people.
What?
Good people.
No.
We want to hear
Mike's
about good
blog
people.
post. So I think we need to focus on the positive Driven supporters, not the detractors.
Yeah. So I think on that theme though, I thought it was a very entertaining blog post myself. I don't think it directly applies to Driven alone.
No.
It happens
broad.
at all shows.
Yes.
Which is very relevant, and that's I think our goal of this podcast as well. We don't want it to be just about Driven, so we'd like people to provide us with some ideas about what they'd like for us to discuss, special guests.
Send in your bitches and complaints. I dare you. I dare you.
We'll address
yeah.
it. I think we're big boys. If there's a complaint and it's valid,
Yeah. Send it over, but just be prepared for the response.
yes.
Will at you. Jeff will at you.
Jeff doesn't live on social media, so
Jeff doesn't live on social media, so he will at you, and he will not be scared to.
nope.
But make use of that comment box, guys, and we'll catch you at the next podcast, hopefully within 2 weeks.